Our first comedian is a regular here. You'll love him. Give it up for the one and only Jeff Simon. Come on, let's show some energy. Mr. Scotty, one of the top lawyers in New York City. I go to him for all my divorces. Look, I'm a little nervous tonight. I'm not used to performing in front of big crowds. So I'll probably fuck up all my jokes. How's everybody doing tonight? That's good. Let's see. Have anybody noticed how big cops and firemen are? I'd like to know why every cop and fireman in New York City is on steroids. Have you noticed how big they are? I mean, this guy pulls me over. This cop pulls me over. His head is 3 times the size of a normal head. And he says, "License and registration, motherfucker, or I'll rip out your lung." Believe this? I don't mind him being called a motherfucker. The last time I had my lung ripped out, it really hurt. Thank you. You're going to be the only one laughing tonight, so thank you. A good friend of mine calls me this morning and says, my biopsy came back negative. His biopsy came back negative. I made believe I was happy. I said, "Yippee-ki-yay, let's do lunch this week." I owe the motherfucker $500. You know? All right, somebody back there laughed. All right. I'm a Jew. Any Jews here? I'm a Jew from New York. The best deal I ever made is marrying a shiksa. Shiksa's a girl with a great ass, nice tits, fucks on a first date, and is not Jewish. If you were a Jew in the 70s, the worst thing you could do is bring home a shiksa. But it was the best thing I ever did because we had 3 kids, none of them got bar mitzvah. I made $100 grand on that deal. We got married by a priest and a rabbi. The priest didn't want to marry us until I showed him naked pictures of my 8-year-old nephew. Then he gave me a high five, said, "I'll do your ceremony." In the 70s, we did high fives. I was just talking to this Upper East Side. Hey, shut the fuck up, will you please, guys? I mean, I'm not getting paid for this shit, you know? I was just talking to this Upper East Side Jew who just dumped his wife for a hot young Russian chick. She's getting the summer house in the Hamptons, the East Side apartment, a Mercedes, and $5 million cash. And she's still getting screwed. This guy is worth over $100 million. Are there any women here that might be marrying like a rich Jew someday? Do me a favor. When he dumps you for a hot young Russian chick, make sure you get a good lawyer, okay? Because this guy's gonna fuck you. Yeah, I thought I just broke up with this Jewish woman. She was becoming a real pain in the ass. She would ask like stupid questions, like, "How's your stock portfolio doing?" You know? I said, "I was doing okay until 2007 when my 401k got wiped out." You know? And I'm sure you people don't have 401ks. You don't know what I'm fucking talking about. You ever hear of 401k? Try to tell me. What the fuck? I'm wasting my time here. Candy, you've heard of a 401k, right? They have at the barbershop, right? What was I talking about? Jew, I forgot what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, stockbroker, yeah. And she suffered from a bad case of crow's feet around her eyes. And it kept getting worse. Every time I told her to suck my dick, she goes, "Suck what?" Well, you're getting a laugh at you fucking people. It's like, let's see. I had to fly down to Texas last week for my grandson's 9-month-old birthday party. I flew down on Spirit Airlines. Yeah, but it's half the price of any airlines that flies down to Texas. I was the only white guy on the plane. I swear to God. I opened a lavatory door and this lady called me a motherfucker. And then I go in there, finally get in there, and the bowl's overflowing with shit and paper, you know? Laugh at it, come on, it's a comedy, will you? And then every other word on his plane was motherfucker. And the pilot was just as bad. He comes over the loudspeaker and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're beginning our approach to Dallas-Fort Worth. I should be landing this motherfucker in the next 20 minutes. And the reason I hate going down to Texas is you can't bring weed down to Texas because you get arrested, at the airport, or they confiscate or whatever. But somebody turned me on to weed lozenges. Anybody ever hear of that?
Weed lozenges.
Weed lozenges. Are these toughies? Can anybody hear me? Weed lozenges. I started popping these things as soon as this 9-month-old party got started. I was taking them like cough drops. After 1 hour, I was hallucinating. I was more fucked up than I've ever been in my whole life. Somebody told me you're only supposed to take like 1 every 8 hours. I was saying, please God, just let me be straight one more time, before I die. I just couldn't. It was just unbelievable, this guy, what'd you say? You want to share it with us? Maybe you can get some laughs here. You want to work this room? Let's see. What do you say? What this motherfucker say? All right, let's see. I tell you, it's tough. I thought, when at my age, I'd stop jerking off, but I'm jerking off more than ever now. You believe that? And the reason I can't stop is there's so much free porn on the internet. It's impossible. Like, I really like watching nude videos of my favorite movie stars. Like last night, I was watching Anne Hathaway. Well, she got great tits, Not as nice as yours, but they're great tits. Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. Thank you. And and then everybody calls me Grandpa Huxtable. It's like getting old. You can't. I keep getting reminded. Everybody calls me Grandpa Huxtable. The bitches at Dunkin' Donuts automatically give me the senior discount. I was smoking a joint on the Garden State Parkway yesterday, and this guy behind me is like honking his horn and giving me the finger. He thinks I'm some old guy driving slow. You believe this shit? Thanks. But I divorced my last wife 12 years ago. Nice of you guys to get here. Give it up for the 2 drunken guys. 2 drunken white guys,
We're not white.
All right, sit down and join the party. Thank God you guys aren't driving tonight.
He's Jewish.
He's Jewish? Oh, I did my 4 Jewish jokes. What
My
was it?
penis is Jewish, not the rest of me.
Okay, take it out and we'll judge. We'll be the judge.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's see. I divorced my last wife 12 years ago. I would have got divorced a lot sooner, but my father-in-law told me if I ever divorced his daughter, I'd be dog food. I had to wait for this motherfucker you could laugh louder, laugh. What are you holding it in for? I had to wait for this motherfucker to die. And right before they pulled the plug on his respirator, I asked him if he was serious about the dog food line. But the motherfucker had so much fluid in his lungs, I couldn't make out what he was saying. But the best time to meet a woman is when her husband dies. When her husband dies. That's why I like to be in the ICU when they pull a plug on a guy's respirator. All right, this table's loosening up. All right. But if I can't make it to the ICU, I'll be at the funeral. When everybody's walking back to the car. The only thing, you got to put up with these cock-blocking kids who are clinging to their mommy saying, you're not going to start dating right away, are you, mommy? This guy is afraid to let it out,
I don't know.
I had a date. Okay, I had a date with a woman I met at Match.com. She lied about her age. She was supposed to be 50. She was in her 80s. I couldn't get her wheelchair in my car. Couldn't get it to fold up. She gave me the worst blowjob I've ever gotten in my life. It was like a gum job. I don't know what the fuck it was. And then she wanted to know if I'm going to take her out again. I said, okay, we're going to have to take Accessorize. I can't spend like all night getting your chair in my car. Bitch. And let's see what else. I'm a pharmacist, believe it. I work for Rite Aid. This guy comes in the other day. Thank you. Guy comes into Rite Aid and says, "What's the best thing for rectal itch?" And I go like this. Can everybody see this? He goes, "What's that?" He goes, "Your finger. It's the best thing, Turns out this guy is the mystery shopper. You guys know what a mystery shopper is? It's some guy that gets like some guy that didn't graduate high school, a high school dropout. He gets $8 an hour, and he's hired by your company to spy on you. Anybody work for a big company here? Imagine that, you're being spied upon by your company, and this guy, if he doesn't like what you recommend him, he could get you fired. Okay, so this guy gives me a 0 on a mystery shopper report. A 0. My boss, who's a gay Jew and loves cock, comes in to fire me, and he has another pharmacist with him to take my place. And I said to him, "You could suck my cock, because I'm not getting fired because some mystery shopper doesn't have a sense of humor." And he says, "Okay, if you let me suck your cock, you can keep your job." I said, "Okay, no homo, no homo." You know what it's like to not have health insurance at my age? Come on, you people are young. Nothing's going to happen to you people. You know, I could die anytime, you know? And, let's say, so some lady comes in with a Ziploc bag filled with white powder. You guys are like this one. She wants to know what it is. I put some on my tongue, and I said it's sweet and low, and I offered her $400 for it. And she wouldn't take it. I said, lady, come back tomorrow, I get paid, I'll give you $800. These lady coke dealers are the worst. They're the fucking worst, you know? And then this lady brings in like 2 pills she found in her 9-year-old son's jacket pocket. Anybody got kids here?
Yeah.
All right. And she wants to know what the pills were, you know? And they were OxyContin, everybody here? It's like the oral form of heroin. Anybody ever hear of OxyContin?
Yeah.
You don't take it, do you? No. And I don't know, why have kids if your 9-year-old is going to be a drug addict, you know? My kids didn't become drug addicts until they were 13 or 14. You know? We're going to a couple more, one more joke, Scott?
Yeah.
Give it up for Scott.
Two more jokes.
Give it up for Scott.
Give it up for Jeff. 2 more.
This guy makes $1 million a year divorcing people, and
I'm here for nothing, breaking my balls. That's right.
You get paying gigs, you know that stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. Yeah, so this lady calls me up. She wants to know if she could have a glass of wine with dinner. And so I said, "What are you taking?" So she goes like Ambien, Vicodin, Xanax, Tramadol. I said, "Stop." She said, "Lady, stop taking all the medicine." I said, "All this stuff, you need a glass of wine?" I said, "Stop taking all the medicine. Stop everything, just inject yourself with heroin already, you know? This is ridiculous." Where's Scott? Okay, I'm going to give you back to the great Scott. Thank you very much. All right, let's hear it for Jeff. Come on.